What if you could go to your destinations in minutes instead of hours? This would be possible if flying vehicles would be commercially available and not just prototypes. Sounds like wishful thinking, right? But there's one country that's already on the brink of making it a reality. You might think it's the US or the UK or even Russia, but nope, it's China. Xi Jinping's government is actively backing what it calls the low altitude economy. This is a new sector built around aircrafts that operate below 1,000 meters. With its endless appetite for bold tech and jaw-dropping infrastructure, there's no doubt in our minds that China could pull this off. If you visit some of its cities, you'll agree that this gigantic nation is living hundreds of years ahead of us. So, buckle up and join us as we explore the most innovative flying vehicles in this country. These aircrafts will definitely leave even American scientists in awe. EHang EH216S. Self-driving cars are still a rare sight on today's roads. So imagine what happens when that same idea takes flight. But this vision is pretty much what EHang with the EH216S is bringing to the table. This electric vertical takeoff and landing, or eVTOL aircraft, is designed to fly without pilot on board. If you just want some short urban hops or sightseeing tours, then this would be the ideal commute. It can accommodate up to 2 passengers and can cover roughly 30 kilometers per flight. To prove its readiness for commercial operations, it received the first type certification and standard airworthiness certificate from China's Civil Aviation Administration. For the first time in history, an autonomous passenger drone has been granted safety and airworthiness certification. To say that this is a massive milestone when it comes to civil aviation history isn't an understatement. This vehicle is already being used for certified demo flights in cities like Guangzhou and Hefei, and is scheduled to launch broader services as part of low-altitude transport networks. They're not limiting this technology to China alone. As a matter of fact, there are already tested flights in 21 countries across 5 continents. The company's planned global expansion is a testimony in their commitment for a better new civil aviation. GAC Go. Think you've seen it all when it comes to wild flying car concepts. Well, think again. This is the GAC Go. Its revolutionary design is a leap that merges the practicality of a road vehicle with the boundless freedom of flight. You might dismiss this as nothing but a far-fetched idea dreamed up by over-caffeinated engineers in a brainstorming session. But it's too real. The Go has not only been built, but has already been tested in the skies. It's essentially a massive drone with a car seamlessly integrated. This is a fully electric vehicle that can detach from its sleek flight pod and function as a regular road car. It's the ultimate two-in-one innovation. The flight pod, with its futuristic design, is powered by 12 propellers arranged across 6 axes. These high-speed blades deliver the thrust needed to lift the vehicle and carry it effortlessly through the air. Here's where it gets even more impressive. The single-axis output lift exceeds one-third of the maximum takeoff weight. Simply put, this vehicle has been designed to be fail-proof. Even if half of its motors were to fail, the vehicle is still capable of making a controlled, safe landing. What's more, its car chassis is a smart multifunctional hub, acting as both a takeoff and landing platform. It also serves as a mobile charging station. Once your flight is over, simply dock the cabin back onto the chassis and it will start recharging automatically. Meanwhile, you are free to head out and grab a snack. Your flying vehicle will be ready for your next flight. X-Pong Voyager X2. To fly through the skies without harming the planet, X-Pong Voyager X2 makes it possible. With zero carbon dioxide emissions in flight, it's toward eco-travel. The X-Pong Voyager X2 is a two-seater flying car that takes off vertically and runs fully on electric power. With 8 motors and propellers humming away, the production version is expected to cruise at around 130 kilometers per hour for roughly 35 minutes. Once you've seen this flying through, you'll be amazed with its sleek and futuristic sci-fi vibe. It also comes with top-notch aerodynamics and in-flight efficiency. To keep things light and agile, the entire frame is crafted from carbon fiber, giving it a high-tech, ultra-efficient edge in the skies. This vehicle will be perfect for short-distance city journeys, such as sightseeing and medical transportation. It has already completed public flights and has amassed thousands of pre-orders. As a proof of their readiness to operate, they are planning an IPO listing in Hong Kong. The unit has confidentially submitted an application to issue shares and could seek to go public as early as this year. PCAB Tech E20. At first glance, this flying vehicle looks a little confusing, but in the best possible way, it blends four tilting propellers that handle thrust and direction with two fixed stacks of coaxial lift props, creating a layout that looks unusual yet brilliantly intentional. Thanks to this design, it can rise straight up like a helicopter, then smoothly tilt forward and fly like a plane for quicker, more efficient travel. The gull-wing doors add a sleek, futuristic flourish, making every takeoff and landing feel like a glimpse of what flying will soon become. Safety wasn't taken lightly either. This thing is loaded with backups. If anything goes wrong, surely you'll have Plan B. The company also went all in on quality, built from high-strength composite materials and pushed through intense testing. This aircraft is powerful. The E20's rotor design isn't just for looks. It's tuned for serious aerodynamic performance. Unlike many early prototypes that keep things as basic as possible, this one treats passengers to a genuinely premium cabin. Once you ride it, you'll feel like royalty. It's designed to seat a pilot and 4 passengers, cruising at about 260 kilometers per hour, with a range of roughly 200 kilometers. That's plenty for seamless inner-city hops as well as smooth urban runs. With its speed and extended range, it's not stuck hovering over city blocks. This aircraft is pushing into regional low-altitude travel, bringing China closer to true aerial commuting. On-the-fly Prosperity 1. Well, we say goodbye to helicopters anytime soon. This eVTOL aims to compete head-to-head with helicopter services that might make it obsolete. This craft is also capable of carrying a pilot plus 4 passengers and luggage. It's expected to cruise at around 200 kilometers per hour and a range of about 250 kilometers. It's being seen as more suited for airport shuttles and regional corridors. The company aims to be ready for commercial operation next year. The seriousness of this company in achieving its goal can't be undermined. As a matter of fact, it already made aviation history. In February 2024, it completed the world's first inner-city electric air taxi demonstration flight. The eVTOL aircraft lifted off from Shenzhen and crossed the Pearl River Delta to Zhuhai in just 20 minutes, a journey that normally takes around 3 hours by car. Even more remarkable, the flight crossed open water where the Pearl River meets the sea, marking the first public eVTOL flight to operate on a cross-sea inner-city route. In a single trip, it redefined distance, time, and what everyday travel could soon look like in the skies above southern China. Aerofugia AE200, the largest flown prototype ever in China. This is the title that Aerofugia's AE200 holds. This is a 5 to 6 seat eVTOL designed for zero-emission mobility with a tilt multi-rotor configuration. It has been undergoing full-size flight tests and aims for certification around 2026 to 2028, with a potential of 200-kilometer range and cruise speed near 248 km per hour. It's aimed at both urban air mobility and emergency response roles. Its combination of capacity, speed, and range could make it the first generational competitor to conventional short-haul aircraft for intercity travel. With a range of up to 200 kilometers, it opens the door to a wide variety of missions, from intercity connections and airport shuttles to scenic low-altitude tourism. We can rely on this vehicle. Also, its fully electric propulsion dramatically cuts operating costs compared to helicopters of similar size. This means that this will be far more sustainable for commercial operations. AirRidge Land Aircraft Carrier. When AirRidge set out to design this thing, it feels like the designers decided to have a little fun. Maybe they've got a lot of it. When you look at their end product, you can't help but say, wow, that's crazy. No one would blame you. This is their land aircraft carrier. It's a hybrid between ground and flying vehicles. When you want to drive, it behaves like a normal road vehicle. When you want to fly, you release the aircraft module. It unfolds, powers up its electric rotors, and lifts you into the sky. What's more fascinating is that its flying vehicle can operate autonomously or be manually controlled by a joystick. This design is pretty much ingenious, for it solves one of the most basic issues with flying vehicles. Where do you even park the thing? You can park it in a regular parking space. When not in the air, the aircraft folds neatly into a van-like ground unit. You can drive it with a standard driver's license to a scenic location, then charge it on the spot. Even more impressive is that its ground vehicle acts as its own power bank. You can charge the aircraft multiple times, allowing extended flights without relying on specialized infrastructure. If you're thinking this would never make it past the prototype stage, think again. The flying module is already coming off the assembly line at the Guangzhou Wangpu plant. This isn't a one-off experiment anymore. It marks the world's first true mass production line for flying cars and the debut of a modern factory built specifically to produce them at an industrial scale. The future has officially entered production mode. In the end, China has once again shown that it's far more than the copycat image often projected by Western media. Rather, they're at the forefront of producing technologies that once again will redefine the history of humanity.
China has long been viewed as lagging in technological innovations by the West. Worse, it's being branded as just a copycat of existing technologies. But, much to their surprise, China is leaving them behind in terms of technological advancements. As a matter of fact, it has produced some technologies that aren't only groundbreaking, but are considered impossible as well due to its technical complexities. Let's now dive into these technologies that the Americans can only scratch their heads, wondering how it can be possible. If you've ever watched Harry Potter's invisibility cloak in action and imagined how useful it would be in real life, you're not alone. Now, what once seemed like science fiction is becoming reality in an unexpected way. Scientists at Zhejiang University in China have applied this concept to military technology, unveiling a groundbreaking advancement in stealth, the Aero-Amphibious Invisibility Cloak. Designed for drones and aircraft, this innovation is set to redefine modern warfare and strategic defense. This breakthrough is more than just a technological achievement. It carries profound geopolitical implications, shifting the balance of power and reshaping the future of warfare as we know it. What is behind this technology is the science of metamaterials. It's a category of engineered materials that manipulate electromagnetic waves in ways nature cannot. The traditional stealth technology is that it absorbs or deflects radar waves. But this next-generation cloaking system does something revolutionary. It bends signals around an object, making it appear as if nothing is there at all. The result? Near total invisibility, rendering enemy detection systems useless. How can you defeat an enemy that you can't see? What truly sets this technology apart is its unparalleled adaptability. Unlike traditional stealth systems, which are designed for specific environments, whether in the air, on land, or at sea, China's Aero-Amphibious Cloak defies limitations, seamlessly blending into all three. This level of concealment across aerial, naval, and ground-based assets isn't just an improvement. It's a game changer that redefines military strategy and reshapes the future of modern warfare. What if we could harness the power of the sun right here on Earth? It may sound like something out of science fiction, but China is making it a reality. Scientists have developed an artificial sun, a nuclear fusion reactor that replicates the immense energy-producing process of our solar star. This groundbreaking technology has the potential to revolutionize energy production, offering a nearly limitless and clean power source. But how does it work, and are there any risks we should be concerned about? To be clear, China isn't trying to recreate the actual sun in the sky, but rather the process that powers it. Their artificial sun is a nuclear fusion reactor that generates energy in the same way as our solar star, by fusing hydrogen atoms into helium. This reaction releases an enormous amount of energy, which can then be converted into electricity. Unlike traditional nuclear fission, which splits atoms and produces hazardous waste, fusion is a clean, efficient, and nearly limitless energy source with minimal environmental impact. China's artificial sun has already reached a groundbreaking milestone. It maintained a steady-state high-confinement plasma operation for 1,066 seconds, setting a new world record and reaching a temperature of 100 million degrees Celsius. This reactor, known as the Experimental Advanced Superconducting Tokamak or EAST, is one of the most advanced fusion experiments in the world, pushing the limits of energy science and bringing humanity one step closer to harnessing the power of the stars. The impact of this breakthrough couldn't be understated. If fully developed, fusion energy has the potential to provide an almost limitless supply of clean, renewable power, eliminating the need for fossil fuels once and for all. Even more promising is the fact that the fuel required for fusion, hydrogen isotopes like deuterium, is abundant on Earth, ensuring a sustainable energy source for generations to come. The possibilities are staggering. Will we reach a point where our most powerful energy source isn't in the sky but right here on Earth? Only time can tell. Robots aren't actually what you call a novel technology nowadays, but China is taking this technology to another level. They're leading the way in hyper-realistic humanoid robots. These advanced machines are designed not just to look human, but to move and express emotions with an uncanny level of realism. Chinese engineers at the X-Robots factory in Dalian are leading the way in redefining what it means for a machine to be lifelike. Their goal is to build the most advanced humanoid robots ever created, capable of mirroring human expressions and gestures with astonishing accuracy. At the center of this innovation is a major breakthrough in facial expressiveness. Tiny, precisely positioned motors embedded within the robots' heads allow them to mimic subtle head movements, smiles, and even micro-expressions with near-perfect precision. The result is a robot that doesn't just move, it reacts and emotes. As technology advances, this innovation is set to take an even greater leap forward. Engineers are now integrating artificial intelligence to move beyond mere mimicry, enabling these robots to recognize and respond to human emotions in real time. But engineers want more than creating machines capable of lifelike movements. What they want is to create machines capable of human interaction. It's like having a loyal companion by your side at all times. With such emotional intelligence, these robots could revolutionize industries like healthcare, education, and psychological therapy, redefining the way humans and machines connect. Of course, this advanced technology comes with a high price. Owning one would cost around $200,000, and the building process takes several months. Despite the heavy investment, developers believe these robots will play a crucial role in the future of human-machine interaction, unlocking possibilities beyond what we've ever imagined. Are you prepared to see a world where robots take the place of pets as our closest companions? That future may be closer than we think. A train as fast as an airplane may sound like something out of science fiction, but China is bringing it to life. Meet the T-Flight, a groundbreaking high-speed train developed by the China Aerospace Science and Industry Corporation. Already the fastest train in the world, it has shattered records by reaching an incredible 623 kilometers per hour. But China has no intention of stopping there. Engineers are now working to push its speed even further, with the ambitious goal of doubling its velocity and revolutionizing ground transportation. If successful, this could make long-haul flights unnecessary, forever changing the way people travel. At the core of this technological marvel is Hyperloop technology, also known as a vacuum train system. Unlike conventional trains that rely on wheels and tracks, the T-Flight hovers on a magnetic cushion inside a near-vacuum tunnel, eliminating air resistance and friction. This innovation not only reduces noise pollution and improves energy efficiency, but also unlocks the possibility of reaching speeds of 1,000 kilometers per hour or more. The idea of a Hyperloop train isn't new. Tech visionary Elon Musk once proposed a similar system to link San Francisco and Los Angeles. But despite the excitement, the project has been indefinitely stalled due to technical and financial hurdles. Many private companies that once pursued the Hyperloop dream have also struggled to make it a reality, gradually abandoning their ambitions. While others have hit roadblocks, China is pressing ahead, and with promising results. In a bold step forward, China is now expanding its test tunnel to an impressive 60 kilometers, a crucial milestone toward full-scale development. If this trial proves successful, the country plans to build a Hyperloop system connecting Datong to Beijing, a 346-kilometer route that currently takes more than 4 hours by car. With the T-Flight, this journey could be reduced to less than 30 minutes. For those who dislike air travel, the future of high-speed transportation may no longer require boarding a plane. If China succeeds, it won't just be creating the fastest train in the world. It will be redefining the way people move across vast distances. Rice is the lifeline of millions across Asia, including China, and any threat to its cultivation could spell disaster. From extreme weather to rising sea levels, climate change is making it harder to grow this essential crop. With food security hanging in the balance, the world must act quickly to safeguard rice production. So, how did China address it? Well, with the help of soilless farming, artificial lighting, and cutting-edge agricultural technology, China has achieved what once seemed impossible, growing rice in the heart of the Taklamakan Desert in Xinjiang. This breakthrough is made possible by a specially developed rice variety with a significantly shorter growth cycle. Scientists from the Chinese Academy of Agricultural Sciences have achieved a groundbreaking milestone in agriculture, proving that rice can thrive in one of the most unlikely places, the desert. In Hotan, Xinjiang, they successfully cultivated conventional rice in just 60 days, cutting the usual growth time of 120 to 150 days in half. Instead of relying on soil, the rice was grown in nutrient-rich solutions on stacked shelves, making the most of limited space. Artificial lighting replaced natural sunlight, allowing the plants to grow non-stop. Surprisingly, Xinjiang's extreme desert environment turned out to be an advantage. The region's intense sunlight and sharp temperature fluctuations between day and night naturally accelerate crop development, while reducing the need for additional energy inputs. After 2 years of relentless experimentation, scientists have not only mastered the technique of speed-breeding rice in the desert, but have also opened the door to transforming barren wastelands into thriving food production zones. If this cutting-edge technology can be perfected, it has the potential to revolutionize agriculture, making it possible to cultivate food in even the most extreme and barren environments.